Hello my little creepy crawlies, welcome to Cockney Sparrow Movie Reviews. The time has come for me to spread my wings and have a good old gander at Ant-Man and the Wasp, the 21st film of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the second solo outing for Marvel's smallest hero. And fair bloody warning, there will be spoilers for this bugger as I'll get deep into that quantum realm and size up this sequel. So, if that's not how you like your eggs in the morning, then you have my permission to bugger off. So, the story this time around sees us plonked just before the events of Infinity War and 2 years on from Civil War, which now sees Scott Lang under house arrest for the events of that movie, and now spends his time playing with himself until a vision from the quantum realm brings him back into contact with Hank Pym and his daughter Hope, who have been on the run from the fuzz after it was their tech Lang used to stomp his big arse feet all over that German airport. Once our trio is reunited, it's a race against time to get back to the upside down land in order to rescue the original Wasp, Janet Van Dyne, who has been stuck there for 30 years. But as you'd expect, things don't go according to plan, as the mysterious ghost is there to scupper their plans at every turn. Well, I have to say that after my little eyeballs witnessed what happened in Infinity War, I couldn't wait to see what was in store in this bugger. And after seeing this, I feel it was a very smart move by Marvel to release this kind of film when they did. This was a nice change of pace. There were high stakes, but not universe-shattering stakes. The story was very self-contained and served as a great little standalone that slots nicely into the MCU. The main plot is to rescue Janet Van Dyne from the quantum realm, who we learned from the first Ant-Man was trapped there 30 odd years ago, and who this time around is brought to life by the wonderful Michelle Pfeiffer, who in my book is a fan-bloody-tastic addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We also get a few more new mushers joining the MCU train, in Lawrence Fishburne's Bill Foster and Hannah John Kamen's villainous Ghost, who I really enjoyed as a protagonist, and boy did she look the part. We get a bit of Randall Park as Agent Jimmy Woo that was more slapstick than I would have liked, and boy is this one humour heavy, and thankfully 90% of it landed where it should have. The returning cast of Michael Douglas, Paul Rudd and Evangelina Lilly are fantastic yet again, and the chemistry between the three really pays off on screen. Michael Pena and crew are also back for another go around. But for me, Abby Ryder Fortson as Scott Lang's daughter Casey, who stole the show anytime she popped up. And I have to say that this one is a big improvement on the first Ant-Man film, largely down to the inclusion of Hope Van Dyne's Wasp, who looked bloody badass. And just how great is it that we have two generations of Ant-Man and the Wasp now in the MCU. The effects in this bugger were all bang on the money, yet again, and even though we saw most of them in the trailers, there were still a few tidbits to marvel at in the movie. This bugger is what makes Marvel top dog in the shared universe game in my book, when they can knock out these standalone stories that are just fun rides. And it is really hard to find faults in this film. I guess they're there if you look hard enough, and the only real nitpick I have is that the soundtrack just didn't float my boat. But that in no way stopped me from enjoying this movie. If you're going into this one expecting a lot of Infinity War tie-ins, then you'll be sadly disappointed, because that's not what this movie's here for. Well, until those all-important credit scenes, which these days are more anticipated than the bloody movies themselves. And we do get a couple here, the first of which could have some major implications for Avengers 4, when we see Ant-Man trapped in the quantum realm after Hope, Hank and Janet become victims of Thanos' snap. And just when I thought the film had ended on a happy note, they pull the bloody rug out from under us to keep us guessing yet again. All in all, this was a cracker of a movie, and I enjoyed the shit out of it. It's not the best MCU film to date, but it is a nice addition and does exactly what it says on the tin. This gets 8 tits from this little dicky bird, so if you've given this a go, then let an old bird know down below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and give that little bell end a tickle for more from me. Now make like a tree, and bloody do. Bum, 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 bum.